back to the studio, and look at this delicious little sci-fi fantasy character piece. We had a fun time painting, oil paint rendering. If you like these kind of videos, subscribe. Also like the video, it helps the channel. All us YouTube creators are just at the whim of the algorithms, you know what I mean? Just floating in the wind, hoping that the algorithm chooses us. Anyways, let's begin. We're back in the studio. Certainly my favorite place to be ever. What's up? I'm SLEW. We're back in the studio making some artwork. You know, I love fantasy. It's my favorite genre of storytelling. I love fantasy novels. I read them a lot. I love fantasy sci-fi movies. They're my favorite. And you know, a lot of my artwork kind of incorporates these fantastical characters. You know, I love to paint Medusa, Greek mythology type stuff, you know, other Cyclops characters. But I never really go super rendered, full concept character design. You know, they're just very graphic stencil projects and simple kind of characters that I love to do. You know, I did render out a full-blown fantasy character. I painted Gandalf in oil not too long ago, but it's very challenging to kind of do concept designs and render and create your own character. But today we're gonna do that. We're gonna render out a full-blown fantasy character from the video game Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is an epic hero collecting game where you collect heroes, build them up, and then take them into battle on your PC or mobile device. It's by far the best graphics and the most amazing artwork and animation in any mobile game I've seen. It's just gorgeous. Raid has over 25 million downloads. It's a huge game, over 1 million active players every single day, so you can play by yourself or play with a clan. It's super easy to get started in this turn-based RPG style simply because of how many players there are. You know, thousands of guides and strategy videos are on YouTube of how to play. Also, there's an active Discord community with over 87,000 players. When you first start your account, you'll be able to choose between one of 4 rare champions. I picked Kale, and I like him because he makes the campaigns in the early stages super easy. I also like how he looks, and this is the character we'll be painting in today's video. He just looks awesome. I really enjoy playing these RPG games. Find me on there. Slewbius is my name. If you are a new player and you want to play Raid Shadow Legends, go to the link in the video description. You get 100,000 free silver and also a rare champion, Lightsworn, which is epic. I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for like the past week. I love RPGs like this. It's got to be the best free mobile game. Thanks to Raid for sponsoring the video. All that treasure will be waiting for you if you click the link in the description. I'll see you out there. And so, yeah, a reason I don't actually design my own characters is just because it's really difficult for me. It's very tedious. It takes so many different disciplines and years to be able to fully render like a humanoid, correct anatomy, even though sometimes they're monster creatures. It's super challenging, and that's why I have so much respect for those artists I talked about, or game developers and animators and all these things that, like, not only is the technical aspect super amazing, but the creative and strategy of designing your own character from scratch and the story behind that character, super awesome, and it's very cool to me. But I really actually am super pumped to paint Kale from the Raid Shadow Legends game because he's just super badass, and like I've never really done like armor before and the shiny metallic surfaces. I can foresee a lot of challenges, but also awesome effects that I'll be able to do with oil paint, and it's just super awesome for me. A digital drawing would certainly be easier, and like tweaking things, digital is always better, but there's nothing like traditional media with oil paint. Alright, update. We're doing great. I've put in a solid amount of work in the two sort of zones of Kale, the armor and the robe. I switched the color originally from purple to green now. Obviously, I like that decision. I think the green and gold looks really delicious. And those are basically the two zones, the armor and the robe. And obviously I haven't touched the face. That's kind of a little mini zone that I'm gonna keep kind of this purplish color from the original illustration. And then I'm gonna go back and really bring out the textures of the shiny, hard, reflective, metallic surface in the armor, and then the softer kind of, linen-y, fabric-y, obvious fabrics in the robe. So that's what's up. The oil paint, actually, if you saw I posted on Instagram, I was away from the studio for about 5 days and I put the oil paint in the freezer. That helps it not dry as fast. I do it also with acrylic paint, and I don't know the certain exact science. I'm pretty sure it helps it stop oxidizing. It cuts off the oxygen when you close the fridge door in the freezer, and then it can't soak up whatever chemicals and dry the paint out. I'm not really sure, but it works. I've never done it for more than 7 days, so use caution. But 5 days, like I said, works like a charm. I get to keep my paint mixtures and also just not waste paint, and it's still wet and usable 5 days later. So we're gonna crack on. I'm really having a good time using these small brushes, doing details, and then at the end, we're gonna bring out the crazy details in the armor, make it glow, make it shine, make it sexy. We're finished. It was a good challenge. It was a good test experience to test out my rendering skills. There wasn't much creativity again. I idolize and admire people, the animators of Raid Shadow Legends, or the concept artists who designed this character with the armor and the staff and the skull, all the things that go into it. It's so cool. I can't really do that. I think if I tried and spent maybe a week, I could. Maybe that'll be a future video, but it really is something else, and it's not just as easy as drawing a character and doing the little dude. There's all the posture, the anatomy. Anyways, I had a fun time rendering with oil paint. It was more of a, practicing doing the different materials, the robe, the shiny armor, which I think I did a decent job on. The face is a little weird, but I had fun. I just really zoned out. I was listening to podcasts, and I just had a good time painting. Let me know what you think. We got some crazy projects in the works. I love oil painting. I love painting and making stuff. Maybe I should design my own character in sort of this fashion. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, and we'll see you. Oh, almost stepped on an X-Acto blade. See you in the next one.